Hi, and welcome to the My Dog Made Me Do It Naturally podcast. I am your host, Kat Jepson, a canine nutritionist with an innate obsession with dogs and the natural ways in which we are driven to live because of them. So, let's get to it. Hi, and welcome to another short episode of the My Dog Made Me Do It Naturally podcast. I am your host, Kat Jepson, and today I wanted to discuss a topic that's frequently been coming up on the interviews I've been doing for the podcast, which are great, by the way. But one thing that seems to crop up a lot of the time is basically navigating the world of feeding foods to our dogs and trying to make sense of the information that is available to us when we're trying to decide what's best for our dog. Now, if you have already started researching fresh feeding or just different types of feeding for your dog, then you've probably found there is lots of conflicting information online and in the media and even in the books on how to feed your dog appropriately. And like any topic, you're going to get crossovers and opposing views on the best way to do this. Now, many people will have an opinion that tells you that this way is the right way or the wrong way, and this could be from professionals and influencers, just in the media in general, or from veterinarians or your friends. And these are the kind of issues you're going to be faced with when trying to make your own decision. And it can be really overwhelming, especially when you're just starting out and you don't really know what your food philosophy is. It can be one of the factors that puts you off making changes, especially if you have this fear of judgment from other people and you feel like you don't know where to turn for support because you might have a conflicting view to somebody else. But what we need to remember is that change takes time, and if we're going to make lasting changes which are going to impact the lifestyle of our dogs, we need to feel confident and content with what we are doing, with what the changes are trying to achieve. And one of the main ways we can do this, as you will hear on the podcasts, is to feed the dog in front of you and do it in your own way. Now, this is based around your own lifestyle, your food philosophy, and your budget, and other factors that are personal to you. Now, I'm a canine nutritionist, and I advocate for fresh food, primarily raw, for dogs on a daily basis. But I understand completely that not everyone agrees or believes that this is the best way to feed dogs, or that they're just not there yet on their journey. Now, I urge you and encourage you to do your own research to discover what your own food philosophy is. Gather information from a variety of sources and approach it with an open mind. Really read through the information, listen to what people are saying, listen to the reasons why, and then digest that information and see what you think. What's your opinion on it? What appeals to you? What does your gut tell you? The best we can do is make an informed choice, but the choice has to be ours. And it has to mean something to us. I have been down this rabbit hole of canine nutrition for 7 years, and I am still down it now. I'm constantly learning and trying new things and adapting my approach and my ways. And one of my aims with Be More Dog Nutrition and the free webinars and the podcasts and everything that I do for you guys is to provide you with information so that you can make your own informed choice. Now, you might listen to me and think, yeah, right, what is she talking about? She has no clue. And if you do, that's fine, as long as you actually take the time to absorb the information and decide for yourself. It's important that you don't be pushed, cornered, or bullied into ways of life or ways of thinking. If you do, then it will not be fun and it won't be enjoyable for you, and it will probably cause you a lot more stress than what it needs to. Your journey with your dog is one to be enjoyed completely, and if it's not fun, then what's the point? I also feel that one way to navigate conflicting information and be at peace with what you're doing is to forgive people for their opposing opinion. Now, I'm not saying that you have to forgive them in a way because they're necessarily doing something wrong. I just mean that people are entitled to their own opinion, and there are reasons why they believe the things they do, and they do the things they do, and they preach the things they do. And there should be no reason to feel any animosity towards anybody else because they believe something different to you. You don't know what their story might be, or their experiences, or their background. And this is something that you need to remember. The online community can be so supportive and so welcoming, but it can also be so ugly. So just really try to respect other people's point of views and try to understand that they're just on their journey just like you're on yours. Fresh food can be as little or as large as you like, and what you and your dog are comfortable with. And this can be in terms of convenience, budget, and food philosophy. It's likely that your approach will change along the way, and what you believe right now might not be what you believe in a year or two. Just don't lose yourself or your beliefs, your true beliefs, because someone told you to, if it doesn't feel right for you. Self-love is essential for lasting change, and knowing what you believe and what really calls out to you is going to give you the confidence in your choices for your pet, and that is the most important thing. So take the time, be inspired, be prepared and be informed by what you learn, and then decide your path and follow it. There are lots of different various forms of information, books, podcasts, webinars, social media groups, Facebook groups, support groups. You can find information from anywhere. Have a great day, everyone. And remember, success is personally defined. It's subjective, and it's what you decide it will be for you and your dog as individuals. Thanks for listening to another great episode of the My Dog Made Me Do It Naturally podcast. Don't forget to check out the caption for any links discussed here today. And please, if you enjoyed the show, follow along and listen for free on your favourite podcast app. If you have any questions or would like to share your story, feel free to email me at mydogmademedoitnaturally@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Purpose of this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be substituted as advice from a veterinarian or other professional. It does not form a client relationship with me, the host, or any guest speakers, and any information is not intended to and does not diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. My guests express our own views, thoughts, and opinions as individuals, and the podcast neither endorses or opposes the views, products, or services discussed here. If your pet is ill, always seek advice from your veterinarian. I am not a veterinarian, and I do not treat disease or offer medical advice.